Why would you fake a proposal? Okay, so he legit pooped in the office, but then he left it there? And you are blocking. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. We are this close to December. I mean, I love Thanksgiving, but I have to admit, I am counting down the days until Christmas. So, very, very excited. Speaking of Christmas, one thing that I've been wondering about lately is what to get people for the holidays. I mean, I try to keep a mental tally of, okay, who likes what, or if they mention that they're in need of something, I'm mentally thinking in my head, okay, I'm going to get them this, or this is a good gift idea, things like that, right? And it makes me wonder, I get the same people Christmas gifts every year, and yet it's always somewhat of a mystery for me. Sometimes it can be hard depending on the person to get gifts for. Now, that brings us to today's theme for our stories, which is how well do you really know the people around you? In this episode, we're going to be diving into a bunch of stories where people are finding out some of the some small, some not so small secrets about their significant other, about their family, maybe friends. So let's get into it. Our first story is from the subreddit, Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for not letting my partner fake propose to me while on vacation? Genuinely was not sure what sub to post this in. My female, 28 years old, partner, male, 30 years old, and I went on vacation last week for our 2-year anniversary and just got back 2 days ago. It was a fantastic, amazing, and romantic vacation, all up to the point when my partner suggested we ask a stranger to take a picture of us in a fake proposal in front of the Eiffel Tower. When he asked this, my heart started beating so fast. I immediately assumed he was saying fake proposal as a ruse for a real proposal, which is not something we have talked about yet. Ah, this idiot. Immediately, I think usually I have almost like a judge's hammer that goes down when we drop divorce, the D word. I need something like a dummy button or sound effect, guys. This idiot. If there's anything we learned from the past episode about pranks, there are some things you just don't joke about or fake. Some sort of making up lies about cheating, making up lies about someone's, unaliving or passing away. Like, fake proposal is kind of also in line with that. Why would you fake a proposal? And a public one too. It's just weird. What is he thinking?
So this might sound obvious, but I'm assuming he has not proposed yet, right?
No.
Actually, okay.
No. So OP says they haven't talked about it yet.
Oh, wow.
I'll be honest. If M told me, hey, babe, let's take a picture at this really scenic spot that is very popular for proposals, and he said, let's take a fake proposal, anything, my mind would immediately go, proposal. This is happening. The fake would not register in my brain. I don't think it would register for most people. This is so bad. This is like watching a train wreck. It's like when you see something bad is about to happen, or in this case, we're listening to something bad about to happen, and you're just like, no. But we're like observers in the distance, so we're just like I have almost like I want to cover my eyes, but then I also kind of want to see, but then I also want to cover my eyes. Let's see what OP's saying. OP says, I think I just said, wait, what do you mean? And he said that proposal pictures in this spot were really popular and that we should take the opportunity while we can. I said that I wasn't really interested in a fake proposal picture and that I thought it was weird that he would suggest that. We moved on pretty quickly and went to dinner. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. There is no other way around it. Because here's the thing. Why take the picture at all? Right? It's not like, I was going to say fiance. He is not fiance. It's not like boyfriend was saying, hey, babe, this is such a nice scenic place. Let's take a couple's photo or let's take a nice photo together. No. He said, let's take a fake proposal photo together. Why? What are you going to use it for? You're going to post anywhere? Like, who are you going to show this to? Like, why?
I guess the thinking is that they might want to use that later on after they're actually, I guess, engaged. But yeah, it's
so cringe. No, but then that's weird. Say you do use a fake proposal photo, right? Friends and family will literally say, oh my God, that's so romantic. He proposed in Paris. And then you have to say, no, we didn't. But then they're like, but you have the photo. And then you have to say, no, that's fake. We staged it. That's just awkward. I feel like you're setting yourself up to fail. And then say when he actually does propose for real, it's never gonna live up to this image that they have of a fake proposal.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
See, you guys have heard it. Even Mr. Deep Voice over here has no idea what this man is thinking. This makes no sense to me. I'm hoping at some point OP will dive into some sort of reasoning. She says, when we got back to our hotel that evening, I asked him about it since it had been on my mind and I could tell that I actually really upset him. I asked him explicitly, were you planning on actually proposing to me and I ruined it? And he said, no, that he doesn't think we're ready for that step. And for the record, I agree. Our relationship was long distance for the first 8 months, and I am planning on moving in with him when my lease is up in January. He said that he always thought the proposal picture in front of the Eiffel Tower was really romantic, and that he's worried whenever he actually does propose, it won't be as romantic as Paris. So he wanted to get the picture while we could. Wait. Is the red flag not where OP's asking the boyfriend, hey, were you actually trying to propose? And his first reaction was, no, we're not ready for that. Then why do you want a fake proposal photo if you're not ready to be married? Make the logic for me. What?
Uh, I don't know. At first, I thought maybe it was kind of spur of the moment type of thing, where he just blurted something out. But it seems he thought about it, right?
That's what's scary. Actually, it's kind of scarier
And he
that he thought
thought
about
that it
it.
would be a good idea. So, yeah, I don't know.
It's concerning because why would you want any fake proposal or any photo alluding to an engagement if you're not ready to be engaged? Because what is the photo for? Like, if his concern is, oh, well, say when I actually do propose, it won't be as romantic as Paris. Well, then make it as romantic as Paris. Why would you set up this bar like at Paris, like a Paris romantic proposal, and then lower the bar for the engagement by saying, oh, when I propose, though, it won't nearly be as romantic as this. You go, dude. Way to set expectations and excitement for your actual proposal now. Like, I just I just want to hand the boyfriend a shovel. Actually, no, he doesn't even need it. He's been doing such a good job himself of digging the hole. Oh my gosh. OP says, I apologized, but told him that I was only interested in actual proposal pictures and that I would love them whenever, wherever it happened. He has been pretty crestfallen since this conversation, and I really feel like I genuinely ruined something for him. I called some friends when we got home and got mixed advice, some agreeing that it was a really odd request, and some saying I should have just taken the fake proposal photo, which would have been no harm done. Am I the a hole for not taking the photo with him? Boyfriend's plan going to be that, oh, he's just going to stare and reminisce about this photo once every so often, go, look at this romantic Paris fake proposal image that we have. Like, what is the thinking? I don't know. I kind of agree with OP. Like, I think she handled it really well. She apologized for upsetting him, but then explained herself and said, hey, for me, it needs to be a real proposal for me to want the photo, which is pretty fair. I don't like what some of the friends were saying, though, that there was no harm done. I think there is, though, because the minute you submit or I guess have a photo like that, right? I think the intention is you're going to post it somewhere, you're going to show friends and family. And now you've created this narrative out there and there are going to be questions. I just feel like this one little thing could be a headache later on. But who knows? Maybe boyfriend's intention was to just have this nice little keepsake for whatever reason. But let's see some of the comments. First comment from Asparagus Tweak. Not the whole, it is weird and also tone deaf on his part. Like, what was he planning on doing with the photos? See, that's what I said. Anyone seeing them online would instantly think it was genuine before reading any accompanying text that says it's fake, which is just a dickish move in itself. The only way it would make sense is if he actually was planning on proposing and is too proud now to admit it. But you don't spring a fake proposal idea for that. You just ask a stranger to take a few photos and they'll quickly realize what's happening. Fake proposals aren't romantic, even in front of the Eiffel Tower. And if he's bummed because he's genuinely just wanted to do a fake proposal for shits and giggles and you said no, then boo hoo. He's an adult. Tell him to get over it. Ooh, I think this comment pretty much summed up how I feel. Like, I think it's just kind of like, why are you upset? Like, just get over it. Another comment from 1962 Michael, not the whole. On the one hand, he's right that he might not have as romantic a spot to propose when the time comes. But WTF are you supposed to do with fake proposal pictures? Save them until you get engaged and then send out 2-year-old photos and have everybody say, did they go to Paris again? It's been made clear to me that I'm an old curmudgeon. That's new. What is a curmudgeon? I'm an old curmudgeon. It's a fun word. But this focus on getting the perfect picture of an event is way overblown, particularly with proposals, where you're somehow supposed to get your girlfriend to the top of a mountain at sunrise or a beach at sunset with a friend hiding, waiting to take photos and keep it a surprise. What is important, I imagine, is for you to feel a certain way when he proposes, not posting a fake photo on social media to announce it. This is a great opportunity for you to explain to him what you would actually like your proposal to be. That's true. I think this is a nice little opener for, hey, what would you expect that day to be like for you? OP does respond. My partner can be a bit rigid, left brained, and often has a hard time expressing romantic feelings and desires, even though I know he has them. I do think he feels very pressured to make everything romantic for me, even if he doesn't really know how, which often translates to getting it perfect. Oh, I mean, if that's the sentiment, I think it's really sweet that partner wants to have this perfect moment. But I think part of the perfect moment comes from having the actual moment. Does that make sense? Like one thing I told M here before our proposal, like when we were talking about it, like it was still a surprise to me. Like I didn't know what he was going to do. But I told him, no public proposals for me, please. No, that's not where I want to be and where I would be comfortable with. And he's on the same page. Like he's not kind of, like the cute videos where you see people dancing, doing a whole, like, what is it? Flash mob, singing number, karaoke, public lip sync dance number. Yeah, that's not me. I like to watch it for other people. I'm happy for people who do it. I'm just more of a low key, like, I want this private moment to feel like us, like private, intimate, romantic. So I get the sentiment of wanting it to be a perfect moment. But honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's all about if you're happy, if your partner's happy and you're both present in the moment, that's really the best thing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, there's so many gestures I think you can do without faking it. Because I think part of the faking it makes it feel less genuine and kind of cheapens the sentiment. Comparing a fake proposal image, right, in front of the Eiffel Tower versus a real image of the proposal being captured, maybe at home and dinner, or if you want to go out, like in front of like a more local landmark or a wonderful park or something. I think it will feel better, or it would feel more magical that way. I hope, well, I don't think there's anything like where they're gonna break up or anything like that. Seems like they're communicating. But I really, really hope that this is an opener for OP and her partner to have that conversation of, hey, so we're on the same page of not wanting the proposal. Yeah, but when it does happen, what's that going to be like? Any advice for them as someone who has done it before?
I think pretty much what you said. I don't know if I have anything additional to add.
Were you
Okay.
nervous leading up to the proposal to me? Was it
In,
hard?
in some sense, I don't think I was, I guess, the stereotypical nervous that I'm, shaking or whatever. Had those,
Mhm.
but yeah, I guess in my mind I was kind of. I think I went on like, I guess, autopilot in that
Why?
sense.
Like, what were you nervous about? Were you afraid I was going to say no?
No, it's just still it's a important moment, I guess, in our lives. So
Yeah.
it is. I think it's natural to feel nervous about it.
Would you change anything about our proposal now looking back?
I don't think so.
M planned like a surprise day of our engagement. I don't think I would have changed anything. I am very much a planner, guys. I don't know if that comes across in our episodes, but it bothers me when things are unplanned. Like, I need to know what's happening, where we're going, what we're doing so I can prepare, you know? Like, I need to be wearing the right outfit. I need to, I don't know, like pack drinks for the way and snacks on the way if need be. I don't know. It's a sense of, we must prepare. So for me, the engagement was like a different type of nervousness. Like, I knew it was coming, not that day. Like, I didn't know when it would come. But I think it was nerve wracking for me because I feel like I was living in a state of spontaneity. And I don't think I usually do that. I was just kind of like, ah, a surprise is coming, but we don't know when. Or I don't know when, but you are in the know. So I think it's nice. Like, it was a very, very nice surprise. And yeah, so your girl's been engaged. I don't know if you guys know, but I am a hopeless romantic and I love hearing about love. If you guys have engagement story of your friends or family or yourself, please share them. So let me know in the comments. And speaking of comments, if you guys are enjoying this episode, don't forget to let me know in the comments, by the way, how much you like hearing these types of stories, if relationships are your jam or we need more engagement stories. And if you're loving this one, don't forget to like this episode and hit subscribe, guys. We are so close to 3K. All right, our next story is our wild pick. Now, wild pick is just a story that's a little bit kooky, a little bit chaotic, a little out there. But when I saw it, I thought, you guys have to hear this one. This one is from the subreddit AITH. Am I the hoe for breaking up with my boyfriend because he shit in my dad's office? I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like for some weird reason, when it comes to poo, the puns just write itself. So if there are any bathroom puns, you will just need to give me a pass for this whole story. I cannot ever think of a scenario where someone has to go so badly that they can't, not only do they not make it to the bathroom, but I don't know, purposely or by accident, they poop in their girlfriend's dad's office. I feel like that's almost like worse.
Is it, I guess, the bathroom attached to the office or what? Or actual office?
Oh, you're right. I mean, I'm immediately thinking he just squat down on the carpet. I don't know why I'm envisioning carpet specifically. He squat down the carpet and just let it drop. But maybe you're right. Maybe OP is just, exaggerating her tagline a little bit. Let's see. OP says, I, 22-year-old female, just broke up with my boyfriend, 25-year-old male, because he took a shit in my dad's home office. Yep, you read that right. This weekend, my boyfriend was visiting me at my parents' house, and I woke up to my mom coming into my room. My boyfriend was in the shower. She asked me to come into my dad's office and proceeded to show me a massive shit. At first glance, I thought it was dog poop because my parents have 2 dogs. But this thing was way too big to be from their 2 small dogs. My mom then asked me if I thought it could have been my boyfriend. Obviously, neither my parents nor I would do this. I walked back to my room and my boyfriend got out of the shower and immediately he started apologizing to me and telling me about the poop situation. How? Where does one begin? Wait. So he legit pooped in the office, but then he left it there? I can explain away him pooping in the office. Maybe something just happened. His bowel movements, he ate something bad. He just couldn't control it. It dropped. It happened. It's done. But leaving it there to be discovered? Oh no. Oh man.
I mean, I'm hoping it was an emergency. But in any case, I think at
He
that
didn't
point,
clean it up?
I mean, yeah, but I guess given an option, like if you're in someone's house, like I don't know, you could find probably
You're
a
telling
better
me there's no
alternative.
bathroom?
Go somewhere or find a bag or something. Worst comes to worst, just go right in your pants or something. Don't like.
Wait, you would rather go in your pants than just go there? I
Then
feel like that's
in
gross
someone
though.
house's like office. I don't know. That's see, I never had to think about it.
Wait.
What's worse?
I feel like going in your pants is okay, it depends. It's between going in your pants and going straight up in someone's office, right? I think it's better for you if you go in someone's office because at least you can, slide your pants back up and I mean you might have a poopy bum, but You're not walking with literal poo
Yeah,
smeared on your butt.
yeah, but
But if you drop it there socially, you cannot recover.
I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but I'm assuming, let's say you're having an emergency. Usually, it's not. I guess.
Immediate,
Well,
right?
or it's not, solid when you're having the
Oh
emergency, because
God,
you can
no.
you can potentially hold it in, right? Like most, at least, unless maybe as a condition or something. I don't know,
Oh God.
but I guess normally I think you can hold it in for however long. I don't think you would have a unless it's not completely solid.
Maybe I've been reading too many Reddit stories. Is this potentially a display of dominance? Is this some sort of like, I don't know, like, here I am. That's what I did. Ta-da. Some power move. Is this a power move? I don't even know how one explains this. Wait, is that why boyfriends went to the shower? Because OP says, like, she went to go ask him what's up, like, ask if it's him, and he just came out of the shower.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point we just need to hear what the reasoning is.
Let's see. OP says, I walked back to my room and boyfriend got out of the shower and immediately he started apologizing to me and telling me about the poop situation. He said he went in there to grab a paper he printed and an overwhelming feeling of having to poop came over him. He said he couldn't wait and had to poop right there. He got right in the shower because he got some on himself and said he was going to clean it up after and he was profusely apologizing. Boyfriend doesn't clean that often, huh? Like, who does this? So you poop, you clean, like you clean yourself, and then you go back again to clean the poop. So then are you going to shower after again? Like, that's a bad sequence, I feel like. Because at that point, if you got poop on, you just deal with it. Put up those pants, pull up those big boy pants, roll up your sleeves,
Yeah,
clean up the poop
I,
first.
I don't know. Assuming we trust the OP's ex boyfriend, um, he must have some kind of condition.
I
'Cause
know,
that
but
is
why
not
would.
normal. Assuming we trust him, right?
Yes, I think you're right. Like, he could have some issue, which I feel really bad for because this is just a shit situation to be in.
Hmm.
Get it? It's a shit situation.
Yes, I get it.
I was resisting the whole time. Let me have that one. Oh, have you heard? Apparently, there are like people who like to poop publicly. Wasn't a thing where some people go to like a Walmart or whatever and they would just, drop it low and do the deed?
Oh yeah, I've
Like, that's a
actually
thing, right?
I've seen videos where
Like, it's
people
real.
are like professionals.
But they're so fast with
Yeah,
it.
it
Like,
takes
they're like,
like
boom.
2 seconds.
But it's never like, at least from the videos, they're never like watery, I think. They're just kind of like
Yeah, I don't know.
fast, drop it there, leave, like hot potato.
Yeah, I guess I keep going back to it has to be some kind of condition that you can hold it in or something like that, because normally most people should be able to kind of hold it in.
I hope ex-boyfriend kind of gets it checked out if he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because he's not saying here what it is. Now, OP says, I literally do not understand because the bathroom is right down the hall from my dad's office. I appreciate the honesty from him, but I cannot understand in what effing world you just shit on the floor of someone's house. I broke up with him on the spot because I'm so disgusted and I can't even look at him after all of this, let alone talk about it with my parents. I told him to leave and now he's blowing up my phone, apologizing and begging me to reconsider. But I cannot even cope with the fact that he shit on my parents' floor. Am I the a-hole? Um, no. Well, if it's some sort of medical condition he can't control, it doesn't make you the a-hole, but it kind of sucks. It's just a sad situation. But if this is some weird thing that he just does just because, then also no. I'm leaning with no. What do you think?
I thought it would be clear cut for me, but I don't know.
Why? She broke up with him literally because he pooped on the floor. That's what it is.
What if the guy has some kind of medical condition and he's just not willing to admit it?
He should have told her. He should have told her. Like, if that really is the case, she deserves to know before she finds a little surprise in the office, or in this case, her mom. Because imagine this. How does the relationship move forward from this? Be real. Imagine you're trying to have an argument, right? But then whenever you look at your partner, you just remember him pooping on the floor. Immediately, any semblance of seriousness and credibility, and just like there's something about it that just throws you off.
See, I think thinking about this now, I am more on the OP side. Because even so, let's say he has some kind of condition and he
Yeah.
just had to do it. Wouldn't the next thing to do would be maybe try to clean it up in some
That's what I
capacity,
said.
or cover it, or like,
He straight
or
up went
at
ran
least
to the
shout it out,
shower.
tell everyone not to go to the office or something like
Like,
that.
warn someone.
Yeah, I think it would just make sense, but I guess he would be embarrassed. So
I mean, okay, which embarrassment is worse? Letting them know but not letting them see? Or letting them see but not letting them know? Like, which one's worse?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a poopy situation.
Really? That's a good one. Oh, like imagine how awkward it is when he goes on a date, right? Say he goes on a date with another woman after this, right? And they go, oh, like, what was your dating experience like? Things like that. You get into a serious relationship. And he goes, oh, actually, my last one, my girlfriend broke up with me. My ex broke up with me pretty abruptly. Oh, why? Why is that? It might have to do with the fact that I pooped on the floor in her parents' home. What? Like, dude, I just see. I think the correct answer, I think what would have helped him at least, I don't know if it would have saved the relationship, is if he covered it, like you said, like covered it, did something with it first, even if he can't clean it up. Told the girlfriend, said, babe, I got emergency. Do not let your parents into the office. I did a boo-boo. I took a dump, had to go. I'll explain later. Let me shower first. Showers, then walks out. And then maybe enlist the girlfriend's help and understanding to help him clean it up.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I think all jokes aside, I mean, accidents can happen, and I don't think that is a reason for a breakup. But I think the way he handled it was,
Terrible.
yeah, just not great. So, is it an overreaction that the OP
No.
broke up over it?
No. Well, here's the thing. I think people have a right to obviously break up with whomever, their partner for whatever reason, right? And I think in this one, there's just no moving forward. Whenever she looks at him now, all she's going to think is shit. Literally and figuratively. I just think there's no, like, something like that is scarring. I feel like it just warps your perspective. This guy could have been like the hottest guy on the planet. He could have been the most generous, amazing human being. But the minute you hear from your mom that your boyfriend shit on the floor, pooped on the floor, it's just like that image was just like crumbling. I could hear the glass shattering.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I might be the weird one here, but to me that is not that wouldn't be, I guess, the deal breaker, in the sense the way the person
Handles it
that
matters.
handled it was
Okay.
not good, and that might be the deal breaker for me, but not the accident itself.
See, I have a question for you. Now, say in our initial phases of dating, right? Say I was hanging out we're hanging out at your parents' place, and you went to go do something. Next thing you know, you're like, what's that smell? And I'm like, oh, the cat did it.
Yeah, that was no cat.
And I'm just like, I just won't own up to it. I'm just like, the cat. Would that be the end of us?
I don't know. We would have a serious conversation. Like, jokes aside, there could be something happening if you're not admitting. Like, you might have something. So, yet again, I don't know. Personally, to me, I know it sounds
It's not a
like,
deal breaker.
to me, it's not a deal breaker. It's just, I guess, how you would react to that situation.
That's
and how
fair.
you would handle it would determine the outcome for me.
Don't worry, honey. I'll never put you in a situation where you need to assess how I handled this.
Hey, before you say anything, you never know.
No, don't say that. Oh gosh, I hope this never happens. Let's see the comments. First comment from Phil's fan Drew. I mean, if I couldn't make it to the bathroom, I would go in my pants before even thinking of defecating on the floor in my own home, let alone someone else's.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, commenter.
But see, that's what I was saying though. I think socially it's better if he pooped in his pants. But then I feel like that's so. I just imagine the poo just rubbing against your bum as you slide the pants back on because it has to go somewhere.
I
So it's just
mean, yeah,
there.
but remember, or I guess probably don't remember, everyone was a baby, right? And that's what used to
Yeah, but
happen.
that's different. There's a reason why we don't have baby memories. I stand by that. I'm glad I don't have my infant memories. When you think about babies, like their life is great, but then you just sleep and eat. But then the other half of it is you're just sitting in your pee and poo all day. Like gross.
That was it all day. That's why you cry, and then you get your diaper changed.
I know, but depending on the parent, who knows how long you're in there. Ugh. Ugh. I wouldn't be able to stand that. Another comment from Potential Speech in response to an overwhelming feeling of having to poo came over him. Commenter says, yeah, sure. If he had time to pull down the pants, he would have had time to run to the toilet. I have a chronic bowel disease. I know this for sure. In response to, I appreciate the honesty from him, commenter says, he wasn't honest. He did this on purpose, not the a-hole. Well, see, maybe my theory about establishing some sort of weird pseudo dominance holds water.
Yeah, there's that music video on YouTube. Was it Lonely Island?
Yeah?
I think there's one song where I, for some reason, remember the guy just doing it on his boss's desk or something like that.
Oh my God. That's so weird. If you guys have ever listened to any of Lonely Island's music, I think the main singer, the lead singer, he acts in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's like the main actor in there. He's so funny. And he sings well, surprisingly. But if you're ever looking for a giggle, it's not safe for work music. So definitely do not play it while you're at work. But you might want to check out some of their music videos. They can sing. The tune is good. It's just the lyrics are a little bit out there. That's one way to put it. Now, Opie does, I'm going to edit for this story. Edit for context. My dad and my boyfriend did get into a small fight the night before. When we talked about the poop thing, he didn't mention the fight with my dad, but I'm literally spiraling trying to figure this shit out. Was this some weird play of my dad? I have no effing clue. I'm going to lock that in. My answer is it was a power play. Opie, don't try to make any sense of it. That's the only one I can think of. It was a power move. You're going to say something to me, I'll leave something for you in your office where you work. I think it was a power move.
What if it was a dare?
Huh?
What if it was a dare from like a father? They got into some kind of.
Oh my God.
Maybe the father's a weirdo too. Like, I dare you. I dare you to do it.
Yeah, I dare you. I dare you to do that. Oh my God. That'd be so weird.
So, is there any comment from the father? OP's dad, I guess.
There's no additional updates to the story. I really want to know though. Guys, you'll have to keep me updated. If there's ever any updates, because this story is pretty recent, it's 3 days old. If there's any update in the future, please do let me know. I'm curious about this one. This one will remain as one of the great Reddit mysteries of why did my boyfriend poop in my dad's office? Why? Our next story is from the subreddit AITH. Am I the a-hole for not forgiving my best friend after she told my husband I was cheating on him? I, 30-year-old female, have been married to my husband, Alex, 32-year-old male, for 5 years. We have a good, solid relationship and trust each other completely. I've always been very close with my best friend, Emily, 29-year-old female, and we've been friends since high school. However, recently our friendship has been put to the test. A few months ago, I went on a business trip for a week, and during that time, I noticed Emily was acting a bit strange. She seemed distant and wouldn't respond to my texts as quickly as usual, but I didn't think much of it. I figured she was just busy with her own life. When I came back from the trip, Alex confronted me about something that completely threw me off. He told me that Emily had contacted him while I was away and accused me of cheating on him. She claimed that she saw the way I was flirting with someone at a work event and that I had been texting other guys in a way that seemed inappropriate. I was absolutely shocked and devastated. There was no truth to what she said, and I couldn't understand why Emily would tell Alex something like that. The first thing I'm thinking is, Your bestie wants your man. That's what this is. There is something fishy going on here. You're telling me that Emily made up this whole story, this whole line about how you're cheating at a work event, you're texting other men, and she decides that the best time to bring this up to your husband, like she's not even going to talk to you about it, her actual best friend first. She's going to jump straight to your husband while you're out of town, or maybe not out of town. What is it? Away, I guess, away for a business trip for a week. That's when she wants to like spill all this out. Hmm. I think there's a plot. I think there's a conspiracy here.
Is this a K-drama moment?
It is a K-drama moment. She is not your friend. She's a backstabber in the dark, OP. What are your thoughts?
I think I'm with you on this one. I don't know.
Really?
I mean, what other reasoning could there be? Assuming that OP did not actually cheat.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be able to disprove that
Yeah, pretty.
fairly easily.
Yeah.
Like, what proof does Emily have?
See, but say, why would Emily, the best friend, bring up something that's so easily disproved, though? Why would she make up this whole lie? For what? Right? She has to know
Yeah.
this is like, okay, let me check your phone. Isn't it that easy? Let me check your phone then. Let me check your emails and
Yeah,
stuff.
but I guess you can then say, oh, well,
Like
she
she
deleted
deleted
the
it?
messages, etc. I agree with you.
Seems
I
weird.
don't know what Emily was going for here.
Seems weird, but let's see. Opie said, I was absolutely shocked and devastated. There's no truth to what she said, and I couldn't understand why Emily would tell Alex something like that. I've never once been unfaithful, and I had no idea where she got these ideas from. I confronted Emily, and she admitted that she had seen me talking to a male colleague at the event, but she took everything out of context. She said she didn't like the way he was looking at me and assumed something was going on. What? She saw OP at a work event. You kind of have to talk to your colleague at some point. It's not like you can say, "Ah, you're a male. Go away, don't talk to me." That's kind of weird, right? And it's at a work event. So how intimately could they possibly be talking out in public? Do you know what I mean? Like generally people aren't super weirdly touchy or feely or in a way that's very misleading when they're talking to their coworkers at work, at least in general. And even then, what bothers me is the way she's saying, "Oh, I didn't like the way he was looking at you." So how's that OP's business or OP's fault? Like, what does that have to do with OP? Oh, someone was checking you out at work. Okay, is it then my fault? Like, what is going on with Emily? Emily sounds a little bit weird. Opie says, I was furious. Emily had never said anything to me about her concerns, and instead she went behind my back and accused me of cheating. I told her that I couldn't trust her anymore and that I needed space. She apologized, but the damage was done. It felt like she completely betrayed me and violated my trust. Now, some of our mutual friends are telling me that I should forgive Emily, saying that she was just looking out for me and that she was worried about my relationship. But I don't feel like I can ever get past what she did. I've tried to move on, but every time I think about it, I feel so hurt and betrayed. So, am I the a-hole for not forgiving my best friend after she told my husband I was cheating on him? Emily's a homewrecker. Not in the traditional sense of being the third woman or being like an affair partner, but in the sense of she's out here trying to sabotage your life, OP. What friend does this? Much less a best friend? And you know what? You might as well cut off Emily and also cut off some of the mutual friends. Because forgiving Emily because she was looking out for you, if she was looking out for OP and honestly, as a friend, worried about OP's marriage and her relationship, wouldn't she go to OP first?
I was gonna say exactly just that. That would be the first reaction if she was truly looking out for the OP.
Right.
You would want to talk to the OP, I guess, and confirm the story or get more details, because that is just not the right move going straight to the OP's partner. And
She went straight for the jugular. But it's even weirder because she doesn't even have any evidence to back anything up. Her evidence is like, oh, well, I saw you talking to this one dude at a work event. Okay. And that she doesn't like the way some dude was looking at her. I'm like, okay. So then you're going to, what if, wait, Emily's not the homeowner. What if she wants to be
wants to be what?
the homewrecker? Like, what if she wants to be one? Follow along here, right? Maybe she's in love with Alex. This is so wild, but maybe she's in love with Alex, or at least in love with how he is as a husband. right? Or being Alex's woman in some frame of delusion. I don't know. And so she's like, bestie, OP over here is going to be on a business trip for a week. So during this time, I can try to tell some lie to Alex. And maybe I'll be the shoulder to cry on. Or maybe we can bond over being betrayed by OP or some delusion like that. Like, it wouldn't be the first time, some sort of like you plant some seed of doubt, you break up a marriage, and then you kind of slide in to be the shoulder to cry on. I think that's what she was aiming for.
Could be. It could have been one of those situations where I don't know why she would be talking to Alex, but somehow she talked to Alex and then her kind of, I don't know, she came up with a lie or something like that.
Yeah.
Or one thing led to another in a sense, and then she made up this whole story somehow. I don't know.
It's just
In any case,
weird.
yeah, in any case, it's weird, and I don't know what other reasoning there could be, but the way I see it, the OP is not the a-hole here for
No,
not wanting to continue the relationship.
no. I think this is one of those things where people might say it's a little bit harsh cutting a friendship. Like, say, for example, it was a really long friendship, like cutting a friendship over this. But I mean, I think friendship is also a relationship, right? In a relationship, you have to work on it, you have to maintain it. And what Emily did was the opposite of that. She destroyed it immediately. I think she just freaking took a torch and burned it to the ground. I would have a really hard time trusting someone who went and betrayed me in this way. Like, if one of my girlfriends went behind my back and painted some lie to M and said, "Oh, V is out here," even though I never like leave the house. V's out there like talking to all these men and doing all these things. Like, I'll be pissed because say there's a misunderstanding, right? Go come to me first. Let's have a conversation. It is so weird. And also, I'm like, butt out. Like, what do you mean worried about my relationship? Like, come on. Emily's so worried about your relationship, OP, that she's gonna go and break it for you. Like, honestly, I don't fault Alex for feeling some sort of way. Some people might say, "Oh, well, why would you trust someone else other than your partner?" I think it depends, right? If it's coming from a trusted source, like your wife's best friend, wouldn't you think there's some credibility to what she's saying? You'd be a little bit concerned. You might not believe it right away. You'd be taken back a little bit, right? You'd say, "Whoa, what? Is this true?" So, OP didn't mention anything about Alex in terms of how he reacted to the whole thing, but it seems like that isn't an issue since she's, mentioned how much of a good solid relationship they have and how much trust they have between each other. And Alex did bring it up to OP once she got back. So that kind of tells me that they probably had a really good conversation about it. I don't know, guys. Am I too fast or too quick to jump on the conspiracy boat? I really think Emily is hatching a diabolical plan, as delulu as it may be. First comment, not they hold. Something tells me Emily has the hots for OP's husband. Aha! This comment was upvoted 16,000 times.
Wow.
My spidey senses don't lie, guys. Even though I realize it doesn't make much sense for me to say that since I'm not Spider-Man or Spider-Woman in this case. But my intuition is telling me something's happening here. Another comment, Emily is setting the stage for getting you out of the picture and getting a piece of that. Oh, okay. This line is, let me try and read it in the way that the commenter meant to read it. Emily's setting the stage for getting you out of the picture and getting a piece of that fine Alex ass. Do with that tidbit of info as you like. I like the sass in this comment. A lot of the comments are saying not they whole. Many are actually agreeing with the theory here is that maybe Emily's trying to slide into your relationship, OP. Yeah, that's not a friend.
No.
That's not a friend. My advice to you, OP, if you want, have another conversation with Emily. Maybe you'll find a more logical reason as to why she did what she did. Emma's shaking his head here. He's like, no.
Bad advice.
I'm just saying, because a lot of people, sometimes I feel like I'm too harsh, right? And then people say, no, but they've been friends for like 13 years or a decade, blah, blah, blah. We've been friends since We've been in like the cradle, blah, blah, blah. So I'm saying if you want to go there, OP, and you think you're feeling, your heartstrings are being tugged and Emily's crying her little fake crocodile tears and all your friends are pressuring you, you can have that other conversation with Emily. But I highly recommend for you to, snip that friendship. She's not a real friend. No real friend is going to do this to you. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, our last story is a little silly. This one was almost a wild pick, guys. This one is from the subreddit, Am I the A-hole? Am I the A-hole for answering the door in a spicy costume? So, I'm 24, female, and my boyfriend has gone for a few weeks visiting family on the other side of the world. Coincidentally, the death of one of my coworkers meant I had to work a lot more during those weeks, and I was honestly pretty miserable and pent up the whole time. The one thing keeping me going was the thought of having a wild night when he got home. My boyfriend's sister texted me and asked if she could come over when he got home. I said we would both be really tired and eager to be alone, and said it'll be best to wait. Then I put my phone on silent, which meant I didn't see her next text that said that she, quote, knew her brother and that he'll find energy to say hi. When he got home, the moment he was sufficiently unpacked, I changed into a Playboy bunny suit. Then his sister knocked on the door and yelled, "Hello?" I was pretty pissed off, so I didn't put in any effort to hide my angry expression and answered the door in the outfit. I was pretty cold with her and she got passive aggressive before reluctantly leaving. She said it was petty and dramatic over the phone, and I just hung up, prompting some angry text. Am I the a-hole? Now, before I even dive into this one, what's your first thought?
Did the sister show up unannounced?
Yes, okay. Depending on what you define as unannounced. She said, "Can I come over?" OP basically, I think she
Was
kind
there
of said
a
it.
mutual
No,
agreement between both
no,
parties?
there was no mutual agreement, but she did text her to say, "I'm coming over." Hmm?
Mm,
Hmm?
see, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't. Well, what I was gonna say is that I don't think that OP is the a-hole, but why open the door at all?
Well, she's knocking at the door, and it's
Okay,
someone you know.
let them
I guess
knock.
you
We're
could
not
argue.
home.
I guess you could argue that OP could have just let the sister stand there at the door, but then I feel like she'd be the type to just ring the doorbell nonstop until someone
Okay,
answered.
why is the husband not opening up the door?
Maybe he was busy because OP says the minute he got home and unpacked, OP went, voila! I changed into Playboy bunny suit,
Right?
and then I'm assuming maybe they were, having some little spicy time as a couple. And I guess OP decided to open the door. I,
In any case, now I'm kind of going through that story again, right?
Mhm.
Why? At what point would the OP be the a-hole here? Like, what is the
Oh, well, I think
what is the argument here?
so. The argument, well, from sister, or I guess sister of the boyfriend, right? Boyfriend's sister, is that she called her over the phone and she went, "What you did was so petty and over dramatic. Like, you didn't have to like make a fuss, I guess," is what she's saying.
Mm,
But OP's still pissed. I have to say, I am team OP's not the hole. Let me tell you guys why, though. First off, this poor woman, she was waiting for weeks for some time with her mans. You're telling, okay, is this not enough of a hint? I feel like I can be pretty dense with social hints sometimes, but let me quote OP here. OP said to the sister, boyfriend's sister, when sister asked, "Hey, can I come over?" OP said, "We're both really tired and eager to be alone."
yeah, you should
Take
you
the
should get the
hint.
hint. Yeah, you should get the hint there.
Take the hint. What bothers me is she went, "Oh, she knew her brother. He'll find energy to say hi." Okay, I have a question about this. This bothers me so much that some families, I get that some people are so close to their family members that they can just like show up unannounced, right? But when certain family members are with another person, like their partners, right? Someone who's not directly from the family, who's not used to it, wouldn't it be kind of like common sense or tactful to kind of take a step back and announce when you're going to arrive and ask, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're asking for permission. I don't want to say that, but it's more like, hey, would this be a good time? It's like you wouldn't invite yourself to someone's house unannounced. Like it just sounds impolite. It is impolite, no?
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess different people have different expectations in that regard. I think some people might be okay with that.
I would get it if it was just like a, lines got crossed, wires got crossed here, and maybe there's miscommunication, and like sister came over because she thought it would be okay, and then like, it wasn't okay type of thing, like an accident. Like maybe boyfriend told her she could come over and she really can't. Like I would get that, right? Like that's an accident. But boyfriend's sister seems like she intentionally went over when OP already said, please don't come over. Like we need time alone. So she ignored the person that she's asking to come over, and she just went, nope, I'm gonna be there anyway. That just bothers me. And it
Yeah.
wasn't even for an emergency. It was literally just to say hi.
Yeah, at that point, she should have waited.
There are some, like, what the story reminds me of? There are some, I think, siblings, and especially it ends up happening with a lot of like older sister, younger brother dynamics, where some sisters are oddly possessive of their brothers. And I don't understand it. Like, it's almost like, oh no, like I can do whatever I want. I'm his sister. And I'm just like, that's kind of weird. Like, I also find it weird when it's the opposite though. Older brother who's like a little bit possessive or like too protective over younger sister. I find that dynamic a little bit too suffocating.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong for kind of watching out for each other, but
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. But like the whole being so dismissive of your siblings' partners is weird
yeah.
for me.
Well, in this particular case, yeah, I'd say so. And OP's probably not the a-hole,
No, I don't think
but at
OP
the
is.
same time, the whole interaction there, I don't know.
Like, could she have toned it down? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think definitely she could have toned it down. Like, it would have been a more peaceful, I think, resolution. But I'm also thinking with the way sister went about this, if OP didn't put her foot down, I think this would have escalated. Because there are some people where I feel like if you let them push the boundary, they're just going to do it again and again and not take you seriously.
Yeah, in my opinion, I'm kind of leaning towards the better maybe action would have been not to open the door at all.
Probably.
But at the same time, I don't know. Is that the right thing to do?
I'm glad OP opened the door. I think ideally, if OP didn't open the door, sister would take the hint and then go back home. But knowing how sister is, I bet you she would be the type to bang on the door, scream out the window, like keep on ringing that doorbell, call OP, call the boyfriend, ring their phone a bunch of times, and then stand there because she would see that their car is in the driveway. Like, I think she would make a fuss to be like, hey, do you not see me? I'm right here. Hello, open the door. Right? Like, do you really think someone who who was uninvited but then came anyway to someone's home would just quietly leave and take the hint? Like, I just don't see that happening.
See, maybe we're out for a walk or something.
Okay. Okay, honey. Okay, they're out for a walk. I would pay money to see OP kind of deal with it though, because it kind of feels like a girl boss move in a way to just kind of strut out in her little Playboy bunny outfit, open the door and be like, yes. And and just be like, what do you need? We are busy. We are busy. Me and your brother are busy getting busy. And you are blocking. That's what she's doing. Like, all jokes, right, guys? But I feel like OP needs to send her a text like, thou shalt not block. Because, okay, have some pity for OP. I do feel some sympathy. It's been weeks since she's seen her boyfriend. They need some cuddle time. They need some intimacy. Good job, OP. Was it petty? Absolutely. Absolutely. It was so petty. But it was such a power move. I would never be brave enough to do anything like that if I were in that situation. But kudos to you. You stood your ground and you looked hot probably doing it. I just want to see the sister's face. Like, imagine like, boom, door opens and it's like a whole Playboy bunny suit pops out and you're like, I was so ready to be mad. I don't know what to say because I'm caught off guard. But let's see what the comments say. First comment, not the hole. Quote, eager to be alone should have been sufficiently direct. She knew you said no as politely as possible and decided to come anyway. Hopefully your boyfriend's on your side here. See, Reddit's picking up on it. I feel like eager to be alone is the most polite way you can say, hey, we're trying to have some couple time here, right? Another comment, not they hole. This comment put like a bunch of laughing emojis, crying laughing emojis. You don't go over anyone's house when you clearly were not invited. Even vampires abide by this rule. True. Preach. Preach.
Do they need to be let in?
Yes. Actually, vampires do need to be let in. I don't know where that lore came from, but if you guys watch Vampire Diaries before, shout out to Vampire Diaries fans, team Team Damon, obviously. But so in the show, it's a vampire show. You've seen me watch it before. In order to be let in, you have to literally allow them to go in. Like you need to give permission in some way, like invite them in. You have to be like, yeah, come on, come in. Otherwise, they just stand at the door and they're just intimidating at the door, like, let me in. Why are you laughing? I think
So silly.
even vampires are polite, okay? Much less sister over here. Commenter says, if she continues to about you coming to the door in your spicy costume, just tell her if she had only barged over just a few minutes later, then you would have been happy to answer the door without the costume. She clearly does not know her brother that well. Ooh. That's a really good comeback. Like, I'm just imagining the arguments like sisters going around the family saying, can you believe what she did? It was so inappropriate that she came to the door in that distasteful costume. And OP's like, well, if you wait a few more minutes, it would have been off.
I mean, is the costume or the outfit even at play here?
No, I think sister's just trying to grab at straws.
Okay.
Like she's just trying to find something to nitpick. Because what is she actually going to say to people? I showed up uninvited to someone's house and got kicked out. Right? That doesn't paint as nice of a story in her favor as I went to visit my brother and she just showed up and was very, very inappropriately dressed. Like that, I bet you she's painting that story. Another comment, she tried to override your no in your home. You were surprised and upset that you ended up in an awkward position. You returned that awkwardness to the sender who couldn't be bothered to respect your no, and by extension, your relationship with your boyfriend. If she thinks that was dramatic and unnecessary, maybe she should accept that no means no next time. I love it. I am loving the comments. Petty jokes aside, right, guys? The reason why I always harp on if there's something that you're not okay with in terms of relationships with friends or families or your partner's families, things like that, it's because you need to set the boundary early. Because if you don't and you leave it all vague and ambiguous, I feel like people are going to just continue doing it. And they might even go further and further and push your boundaries. Sometimes from a place of not knowing where your boundaries were because you never set them, or in other times because that's just the way they are and they think it's okay. So if you let them, people will continue to do what they do. So I am loving this one. I'm very glad OP put her foot down, put her little Playboy bunny suit foot down. And I bet, OP, you looked amazing doing it. So applause for you. Now, those were our stories for today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. And if you did, let me know in the comments if you like more stories like this and give me some suggestions for either topic ideas that you want to see in our next episodes. And don't forget to like this episode and hit subscribe, guys. We are about to hit 3K. Oh my gosh, yay. Oh, by the way, you guys mentioned that maybe a Q&A would be nice to do sometimes so that I could answer some of your questions and we can get to know each other a little bit better. If you guys have questions for me or you'd like to have a Q&A coming up, let me know in the comments too. And if you're listening to me on Spotify, don't forget to give me 5 stars, guys. Thanks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.